everyone, my name's Miss Madeleine and I work at the Appleton and Menasha Boys and Girls Club. Today I have a really fun activity. This is a special activity because you can do it by yourself, you can do it with your family, you can do it with your siblings, you can do it as a competition, or you can work together. It's called Scattergories, and you may have heard of it or may not. You might even have the board game. But I'm going to explain how you can just play Scattergories without the board game, just using what you have at home. First, you need to make a list of 12 different things, or if you're like me, you can just Google a list. What I typed into Google was list for Scattergories, and then I chose one of the images that popped up, and I'll show you my list. Number 1, a boy's name. Number 2, foods you eat for breakfast. Number 3, an animal. Number 4, things that are cold. Number 5, insects. Number 6, TV shows. Number 7, things that grow. Number 8, fruits. Number 9, things that are black. Number 10, school subjects. Number 11, movie titles. Number 12, musical instruments. So just make sure your list is appropriate. There's a ton online, and you could also make your own, or if you have the board game, the lists are definitely provided for you. And then decide if you would like to play with more than one person, if you want to work against someone else, like competition, or if you would just like to practice this on your own. For me, I'm just going to do it by myself because I'm all alone, but it's still a fun game. So this is how it works. You will need to pick a random letter in the alphabet. For this part, I found this online. You can't really see it on the screen, but it just says letter dice. And when you tap it, it just does a random letter on the dice. So once the letter is selected, you're going to work as fast as you can to fill in each of the categories. For example, if the letter is S, and number 1 on mine says a boy's name, you might write Sid. And you only need one answer per space. And then you want to move to the next one as fast as you can. If you can't figure out something, for example, like an animal that starts with the letter S, just skip it and try to fill in the other ones. It really doesn't matter. And then if you want, you can time it. So for myself in this activity, I'm going to time to see how fast I can complete this list. I'm going to set myself probably a minute. I don't think I'll get very many finished. If you don't want to time it, you don't have to. You can just do it for fun. If you have trouble writing and spelling, or you just don't want to write it down, you can play with like a parent or an older sibling who can just write the words that you say. I am going to spin my letter, and then I'm going to time myself 1 minute, and we will see how many I can get these, and I'll speak out loud as I'm doing this. 1 minute. Oh, and if you get a letter like Z or something, don't use that. That's way too difficult. I mean, if you really want a challenge, you can try Z. Let's see, my letter is B, and then I will give myself 1 minute, starting now. So a boy's name, Brian. Foods you eat for breakfast, bacon. An animal. A bison. Things that are cold. Like a frozen burrito, but I'm gonna skip that one. Insects. Beetle. TV shows. Let's see, Breaking Bad. Ooh, that was a good one. It's not an appropriate show for kids to watch though. Things that grow. Things that grow. Let's see, trees and flowers and birds. I mean, birds grow into bigger birds. Oh, and my timer is up, so I didn't even get to number 10. And then if you just want to keep going, you can. So just for fun, we'll keep going. Fruits. I don't know. If you can think of a fruit, tell me. I don't know. I don't know fruit, apples, bananas! Duh. Things that are black. I don't know. I mean, the word black is black. Does that count? School subjects. Biology. Movie titles. The Batman Lego movie. I mean, I know it says the in front of it, but we're just gonna do it. Or just Batman. The movie Batman would work. Musical instruments. What's it called? The bassoon. And then I'm gonna go back to things that are cold and try to figure it out. Let's see. Iceberg, but okay. What do you keep in your freezer? Ice cream, frozen peas, burr. If you can think of something cold that starts with the letter B, please leave a comment below. Because that's the only one I'm missing. Now that I finished this list, I just did it by myself, so that was fun. If you're competing with someone else, what you're gonna do is you're gonna compare your lists to see which ones are different and which ones are the same. So for example, if someone said Brian for a boy's name and I also said Brian, then we wouldn't get the points. But if they said something different and I said something different, then we'd each get a point. Another thing is, if you think of a word that has 2 words in it that start with that letter, for example, the TV show I thought of, Breaking Bad, has 2 B's, breaking and bad. That's 2 points. And then you're gonna add up all your points and see who got the most, and that person's the winner. Or you can just work together with your family, you can work together with your friends, and try to get as many points as possible. You can set your timer for 1 minute like I did, which didn't work out that great, or you can set it for like 10 minutes. It really doesn't matter, it's totally up to you. You can find these lists online. If you don't have access to a computer, you can make them up yourself. That's what makes this game so much fun, and it's really creative. Again, if you don't know how to write, or if you have trouble spelling things, you can just say the words and have someone else write them down. All right, thanks guys, I'll see you next video.